Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I asked you guys what should I do for the upcoming video. And I made a poll, and these are the results. So, since the first and last one got almost the same results, so I decided to merge them in one video. I'll teach you how to draw features in a realistic way and then stylize them to our likeness. So without any further ado, let's get started. So let's start with the eyes. And to start, we have to know what the eye consists of, the construction of it. So as you can see here, there is a skull and also the shape of the head, so you can know what I'm talking about. So here are the eye sockets, which is a hole in the skull where the eyeballs sit in. And since we are talking about a ball, so you can shade it as a sphere. And also you can see here, I imagined that we have a key light on the top of the head, so that means the eye socket will be in shadow. The edge of the eye socket is called the brow ridge. The parts that wrap around and cover the eyeball called the eyelids, and the inner side of the lids is called a tear duct. Now we have the sclera, which is the white portion of the eyeball, which is not actually white. It has like a gradient values since we shade it as a sphere, as I mentioned before. The iris, which is the color portion. The pupil, which is the black dot. And finally, the cornea. You can consider it as a cover, a transparent one that works as a contact lens. And as you can see here, the eyelids are wrapping around the eyeball. Since again we are talking about a sphere, this is the eye from the profile view. You can see the eyeball is kinda deep inside the socket. So the brow ridge is working as an umbrella, protecting the eye. And also, when light hits from above, it puts most of the eye in shadow. So now, it is time to draw an eye. So, I start with a horizontal line which divides the eye into two parts, the upper part and the lower part. So, the upper part, which is the upper lid, I construct it with three planes, side planes and a top one. For the lower lid, I use two planes, and now you can see the difference between the angles, so the eye is not symmetrical. Now as I defined the shape, I'll draw the bottom plane of the upper lid and the top plane of the bottom lid, attaching them to the tear duct. And showing them depends on the position of the eye and head, and the ethnicity of a person plays a big role on the shape of the eye as a whole, especially the eyelids. Now defining the eyelids, showing how they cover the eyeball and also wrapping around it. Then after that, I draw the iris, which is a sphere, as long as the eye is looking forward. As it moves to the sides or up and down, its shape changes into an oval. Drawing a black circle for the pupil and a small shape for the cornea. You can also experiment with some interesting shapes and reflections. Now, on how to stylize the eye. There are like lots of options, but you have to decide what to draw and what to exclude in order to simplify the shape of it, yet to convince the viewer that is an eye. So it depends. First, on the overall shape. Second, what parts will you use and what to exclude. And third, what type of lines you're going to use. So, to answer these questions regarding my style, as an example, the overall shape I use only two planes for the upper lid and one plane for the lower lid. What parts I use? upper and lower lid as simplified as possible. A triangular shape for a tear duct, and the shape of the iris. Most of the lines, or all of them, are actually curves, since my style is kinda depends on that soft look. So you have those 3 questions that you need to answer and experiment by yourself. Now for the nose. I have to mention that I'm doing this video to simplify things as much as I can. So if you are looking for a pure anatomy guide, there are multiple videos explaining every part in details. So, as I started drawing, I needed to learn but also wanted to make things easy to understand and also apply. And that's what I'm actually trying to do. So here we go. As you can see, I have 3 models of a skull from different views. So you can check the position of the nose and also the pointy part of it. Beside every model is the structure of the eye socket and the nose. As you can see, I divided the nose into what we call major planes, which are the keystone, top plane, side planes, and the bottom plane. And here I have side by side the structure of the nose, the bony part of the nose from a skull, and the anatomy of it. Since I'm not going to mention all the scientific terms, I'll construct it into 3 parts. The first part is called the bridge, which consists of a bone part and a cartilage part. The second part is what we call the ball, and it is a cartilage. The third part is the wing, and it is a fat part. And the ball and the wing parts hold inside of it the nostrils. And for real, that's all you need to know to draw a nose. But if you want to master drawing and shading the nose in a realistic way, you have to know that there are some minor planes within the major planes that will affect the values while shading. So I would recommend watching a tutorial on it, like Proko as an example. I'll leave the link down below. Now let's demonstrate what we did on an actual face. I start by defining the keystone shape, then drawing the major planes of the nose as shown in the figure. I'll also do it again for you guys in a 3/4 view and also a profile view so you can understand it even more. Now for the fun part. You now know the parts of the nose, and as we did for the eye, we're gonna do it for the nose. We pick what we think will convince the viewer and make our unique shapes to draw a nose. And again, it is up to you regarding the style you are pursuing, choosing the type of lines you want, the shapes you think is more appealing, and some people only draw the nostrils. Others draw a closed shape with nostrils. Some uses curves, and as I said, it is up to you to decide. Since you already have most of the knowledge, now it is time to create. So, I hope this tutorial helps, and thank you guys for watching. See you on the upcoming video on how to draw lips and ears.